Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today we're going to be making Power Rangers. And you're going to need a single loom. I'll get these out of the way. A single loom. Here we go. And it's going to be in an offset configuration, which means that you're going to have columns 1 and 3 the same height, and column 2 is going to be a little bit higher. The arrow is going to be facing towards you. If you don't have a loom with arrows, the open part of the peg is going to be facing towards you. I'm going to make the red Power Ranger today. So what you're going to need colour-wise is red, white, black, 3 silver bands and 2 gold bands, and some sort of clip to tie that all in at the back when you're finished. We're going to be double banding, which means you take 2 bands and you place them together over the pegs as if it was a single band. It makes your looms a little bit stronger. So we'll start off like this for the head. Oops, get my bands ready. All right. For these, for the shape of the face, for the different markings on their masks, I'm using a black and white together. So my 2 bands as 1 black and 1 white. Now, what we're going to do once we've done the main face part is we're going to put a couple extra on to make the shape, and we'll do those over these red bands. So we're going to take a black and a white and place it here, and we're going to do a black and a white and place it here, and that's going to be the shape for our red Power Ranger. Now for his neck we're going to use the 3 silver bands like that. Make sure you push everything down. We're going to do a crossover band up here, which is a single band that you place in a triangle shape over these 3 pegs, and we're going to do the same up here too. Even though you have these bands, these get loomed up, we still need something to tie it all in, I feel. That's just me, personal preference, I guess. Alright, now we're going back to double banding, and I'm on red. Oops. If you feel that your bands are a little bit too twisted for your liking, just move your hook around the inside of them and they sort of straighten up a little bit. Push the bands down. Now because we're doing this on a single loom, we're going to actually have to do our arms as a separate little entity, but that's easy enough to do. So we go down 3 red for the shirt. Oops. All the way like that. Now we're going to do like the opening, the crossover opening for his suit, which is a black and white band here, and then a black and white band here, and then we're going to stretch this black and white band from this peg here up to the middle and push all that down. There we go. Now we're going to do some black bands for the pants. Oops. Let's move that up so you can see what I'm doing. So it's going to be 2 for the centre part, and we're going 3 down this side. And that looks, I know, like he's going to have really short stumpy legs, but what we're going to do is add an extension to his legs. God, I wish I could have some extensions to my legs, be a bit taller. Alright, we're going to do 2 red bands, 1 and 2 on the other side, 1 and 2. Now for the feet, take 3 red bands, put your hook through it, wrap it once and twice. Then you're going to get 2 red bands and slide that on. And I tend to try and lift it and move it on rather than slide it too much, because I find they get a bit tangled and a bit snarly if you just roll them on. They sort of get twisted on themselves. Okay, once we've done that, this is where our extension comes in, because if we were to just put that on, that's the foot, but we want his leg to be a little bit longer. So what we're going to do is take another 2 bands and slide that onto there like that, and we're going to do it one more time with another 2 bands, slide it on, reclaim the end of your band like that, and then we're just going to pop that on here. Okay, so do the same for the other side. 3 bands for his foot, his shoe, wrap it once and twice, get 2 bands, slide this on, or lift and slide, there we go, that was a good one, reclaim the end of your hook, 2 bands, slide on, and another 2 bands, and slide on, reclaim the end of your bands onto your hook, and we're popping that here like so. So these are the extensions to his leg. Now we're going to do his arms. They wear gloves, they're white gloves, so what we're going to do is take a single band, pop it through our hook, wrap it once and twice and 3 times. Then we're going to get some double bands, double whites, and slide that on. Move it into the middle, reclaim the end of your bands, and we're going to do this another 2 times. 1, oops, and 2. And now we're going to do some red bands. Oops, how many bands do I want? Just 2. 1 and another pair, 2. And we're going to slide that onto his shoulder here, just like that. Now what I like to do, as you can see on this one, is I put a black band just around. So take a single band and wrap it around a couple of times, figure 8 on your fingers, and just slip that little arm through and roll it up like that. So we'll do the other arm. Take a single band, white, pop your hook through, wrap it once, twice, 3 times, double band, slide this on, put it into the middle, reclaim the end of your bands, take 2 and slide it on, another 2, slide it on, and then 2 pair of red, 1 and 2. You're going to need another black band to do the little trick that we did there, but first of all we'll put it onto his shoulder here, like that. Okay, so we'll get our little single black band, stretch it out, wrap it around your fingers a couple of times, and then let's just squeeze that little arm through, roll it down, and there we go for that. Alright, so some crossover bands for his torso. I'm going to take a single band, stretch it, figure 8, and loop it on itself. This is called double looping, and we're going to crisscross this across here. Crisscross, it's a triangle. We're going to go across these 3 pegs in the shape of a triangle. I'm going to do the same here. Stretch it, figure 8, loop it on itself, and we'll pop that here. Okay, so we're here. We need to do his belt. So what we're going to do is lift up this black band and just rest it here for the time being. We're going to take our 2 gold bands and place them on that hook, on that peg. We're going to take one of these gold bands underneath this red band, and we're going to pull it and just hold it here. Okay, we can actually put this black band back on. Oops, little gold band, get out of the way. There we go. So now with this gold band that we're holding, we're going to take it and we're going to put it back on the peg on top of that black band. We're going to do the same for this gold band that's this side. Take it out to the side and then bring it back over and pop it on that peg like that. Okay, right, so we need to do a couple more crossover bands. Black, single, and we're going to just put it over like a triangle, and the same with this one here, except with this one we're going to take this bit that's sort of left in limbo and pull it up over that bottom peg like that. Okay, we're ready to start looming. So we're going to pull back on his leg and grab those 2 bottom red bands and loom up. We'll do the same on the other side and loom up. So let's just loom up the leg. If you see a crossover band, pull it back with the back of your hook and go under it to grab the 2 bottom bands. Okay. Under, grab the 2 bottom bands. Okay, so once we get to the belt area, we will just wait 1 second. What we need to do is loop these in under that belt. Okay, so I'm going to take this off and hold it. I'm going to loop my red band up. Okay, I'm going to take this one off, and I'm just going to leave that on the hook. I have another hook to use to loom it, but if you wanted to just, it wouldn't matter. If you just let them go, that's fine too. Loom this one up. We'll just let it go. We'll pretend we don't have an extra hook. Loom this one up. Now what we're going to do is grab the gold band back. Sorry, I'm trying to be smart so that you can see what I'm doing. Grab the gold band back and put it back on this peg like that. Same with the other one on the other side. Grab it, pull it back and put it on this peg. Now the one that's going to link them all in together is this red band, because you're going to dig down here under all of these gold bands. I don't know if you can see very well, but you're going to go under all of these gold bands to find those bottom 2 red bands, and as it comes up the middle, it's linking in those gold bands. Okay, then we're going to link up this one from the middle, and then we'll link this one to the side like that. We can link this one up. Oops, I'm going to put my loom down, and we're going to link this one up over to this side, link this one up, and link this one up to the shoulder. Now we've got a bit of fancy footwork. We're going to link these 2 bands here to the corresponding shoulders. So find the one that's on top, and in my case it's this one. Grab the black and white band that's on top and link it across, loom it across to the shoulder, and then do the other side, loom it across to the shoulder. You're going to loom the middle one up to the neck, and then we're going to go dig under, down the arm, get those 2 red bands out and loom them up to the throat. Do that on either side. Oopsie. If it's tight, just twirl your hook around the outside of the peg and it will loosen up. Okay, now we're going to dig down and find those 3 silver, grey, if you don't have that, black bands, and loom them up. Now we're going to do the face, and we're going to go with the top 2 bands. So the last bands that were laid are on the top. Loom up, and again for the other side, and then the middle. Loom up, and loom up, loom up. Now these are going to loom to the sides, just the black and white bands. One side, push it down because you're going to have more bands on there, and the other side, and then we'll loom this up, and we'll loom this up. Dig down to find the black and white band that is here and loom that up. Then these side ones, one side and 2 side. Now if you would rather have the black and white band on top, all we need to do is take these 2 that we just did off. I'm just going to let it be. Take the black and white off, put it on another peg just to hold it for a second while you deal with grabbing these bands. All you would do was loom these 2 red ones, the sideways ones, first, and then leave the middle one to last, and loom that one up last. Then we're going to grab 2 red bands, and that really is a preference of your own, it really doesn't matter either way. 2 red bands, push your hook down the centre of that peg and out the side. Pop the 2 red bands on your hook and twist your hook so that this part, which is smooth, is going to be against these bands. Twist it and pull it to the back side of the peg and reclaim your bands. Take the 2 that are nearest to you up, over and off, let go, and pull it tight into a slip knot. We're now ready to take our little Power Ranger off the loom. Do it gently. I use the back of a hook to help me because I really hate broken bands. So gently, gently does it. And then once we're just at this part, I'll just rip that off, stretch him out, make sure his face is stretched out so it doesn't look all bunched up. Now you might feel that the extensions are a bit long. You could probably get away with 2 bands shorter if you wanted to. Again, it's up to you what you prefer. I like to make the boys a little bit taller than the girls. The pink Power Ranger and the yellow Power Ranger are the girls, and so if I put them side by side, they're just a little bit smaller and shorter, and I just feel it makes a nice contrast. With this part you can actually either have a keychain on it, or if you wanted to, this is where your little hook, your C-clip rather, would come in handy. Grab these two bands and you're going to discreetly hide them behind the bands at the back of your action figure, working your way down the back of the head so that it's not so obvious at the top of the head. And then when you're at an area that you feel is good, use your S-clip or your C-clip, grab the two sides, the two bands, and pop your clip on. Oh, there we go, that was a tricky, tough one. And then just clip it onto something else for the other end, because we don't have a mouth to clip it onto because they wear a mask. So I'm just going to clip it onto that. I've got one band that is just bulging out a bit, which is a little bit annoying. It's probably a band that is slightly looser than its counterparts, but a few fiddly faffy things like that can easily be fixed. So there is our Power Ranger. I'd love to see how yours turn out. Please post them to our Facebook channel. See ya.